All right, let's get to the latest that came in from the Supreme Court. Arvind Kejriwal's bail plea has been reserved by the Supreme Court. Its order has been reserved. And the latest that is coming in is that Arvind Kejriwal's legal panel argued against the CBI action, calling it an insurance arrest so that he can continue to be kept behind bars, and showed the bench 3 orders granting him bail in the case. While the probe agencies opposed the bail to the Delhi Chief Minister on medical grounds, claiming all treatment can be provided to him in Tihar. Not just that, the CBI also accused Arvind Kejriwal of having a role to play in the alleged liquor gate scam. But having said that, scathing observations were made by the court at one end. I want to cut across to my colleague Kanu Sharda, who's going to take us through them. Kanu, number one, the court today came down quite hard on the investigative agencies and the ASG. And on the other hand, when can we expect the reserve order to be given out?
Well, Preeti, the day-long hearing saw a lot of exchanges between both sides. Arvind Kejriwal's lawyer, senior advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi, and Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju, who was appearing for CBI. So a lot of exchanges happened, a lot of things happened. The ASG Raju went on to state that, if Arvind Kejriwal was granted bail, the high courts would be, would be in a position, and it would be a fearsome position. He was arguing on the point that why Arvind Kejriwal hasn't approached the trial court, then went to High Court, and why is he coming directly to the Supreme Court. He's basically alleging Arvind Kejriwal that, he is choosing his jurisdiction on his own. And that is why, the Supreme Court has also come down heavily on the investigating agency, that it has no role. They cannot say statement like this, and they should be refrained from doing so, because this will, a problem for the high courts, because high courts also have a exact jurisdiction as far as bail is concerned. So it is depending on that. As far as the order in this case is going to come, whether it will be notified only a day before, because no date has been specified by the top court. But we have seen in the past also, especially in the case of K. Kavita, the top court had reserved the order 2 days prior to when the judgment was delivered. So since it's a matter of liberty, the top court is also conscious of the fact that, it can't reserve the order for more longer time. So it's going to be expected in few days. And if it comes in favor of Arvind Kejriwal, he will have, he'll walk out from jail, because he's already on bail in the ED case from the Supreme Court. So right. That is what, Singhvi has also argued before the top court today, that he has got 3 favorable orders from the different courts. And if he is out on the bail in the CBI case, it shouldn't be a huge problem, because he's not a flight risk. He is a responsible CM and holds a constitutional post.
Kanu Sharda, also today, the Supreme Court took on the High Court for taking more than 7 days to, write up the order. So in that light, one would expect the court to come on the order, which has been reserved, quicker than a week's time. So we should be, possibly, hear the court on the reserved order in a few days.
Yes, Preeti, because the Supreme Court is also conscious of the fact that this case is regarding a bail. And that is why, a whole day was dedicated to this case and a bail hearing, because Supreme Court has also during the hearing noted that, it's just a matter of bail. And like the way, the investigating agency was arguing before the top court warned the ASG twice that as to why you are arguing on the merits of the case, because it is just a bail. Because, Arvind Kejriwal has, asked for the bail first, because he said that, the challenge to arrest is also one of the petition, but their first and foremost contention is that since he has some 3 orders in his favor, out on CBI case will not be a huge hindrance, because we also went on to state that, PMLA was a stringent law under which, Kejriwal got relief from the top court. But it is a CBI case which is becoming a huge problem. And Singhvi again, told the bench that, it was an insurance arrest by the ED, by the CBI in this case, because they didn't want Arvind Kejriwal to walk out from jail. And that is why, the CBI has also arrested Arvind Kejriwal 2 years after, the FIR was filed in the case initially. So taking everything in account, Supreme Court has, reserved its order. We will be expecting the order soon, at the soonest, because both the judges on the bench agreed on the fact that the, bail hearing should be conducted at a faster pace, because there are a lot of other cases which, gets hampered because of these bail hearings as well. So we are expecting the judgment to be out really soon, but won't be able to tell you at this point
Yes.
of time which date Arvind Kejriwal will get relief or not from the Supreme Court.
All right, Kanu, appreciate you joining us, taking us through what went down in the courts today. Meanwhile, let's quickly shift focus to the other developing story, and a lot of intrigue surrounding that, especially because elections are in order in Haryana, and the Agnipath issue was one sore point where Haryana voters were concerned during Lok Sabha, because word is coming in now, viewers, that a possible rethink on the Agnipath scheme is in the works. Top defense sources have told India Today that the centre is considering tweaking the scheme. Drawing a sharp retort from the Congress, sources tell us that some of the tweaks may include changing short-term military recruitment, increasing the retention of Agniveers to 50% from the current 25%. The army has allegedly submitted their recommendations to the government, and the revision will only be made in line with feedback. The Congress, meanwhile, taking on the government, demanding the government withdraw the scheme altogether, calling the scheme anti-army and claiming it tampers with national security. I want to immediately cut across to my colleague Shivani Sharma, who's been tapping into her sources within the Defence Ministry. Shivani, what more can you add? A possible rethink on the Agniveer scheme? What are the tweaks in order, and when can we expect them? Is there a timeline to it?
Preeti, see, this is not a new development. We must clarify to our viewers that in 2022, when in June this scheme was announced, the biggest reform that it was being said. So that time itself, we saw a lot of concerns regarding the scheme, since it was a very new scheme and people had inhibitions. We also saw a number of protests in a number of states. And after which an outreach program was announced by the army, and Defence Minister had also said that we are launching the scheme and we will be tweaking if ever people want any changes in the scheme. And for that matter, there have been surveys and feedbacks that have continued since the very beginning within the units, within the formations. And the major recommendation as per the sources has been that the number of soldiers that will be retained, that is currently 25%, might be increased to around 50%, because we need a good strength on ground. India is facing a two-front challenge, not only on the eastern front in the along the LAC, where we are in a standoff with China, but also on the western front. So we need more strength on ground, more boots on ground. So this number of retained soldiers, the Agniveers, might be increased. This was one recommendation from the army side. Another one happens to be about the emoluments and entitlements, which can also be discussed for changes. But when these changes are going to happen, what is the timeline? That is not certain as of now. But yes, it will be done at an appropriate time. And these surveys and feedbacks continue within the army formations, and these recommendations are being given to the government also. So this scheme might be changed as per the requirement. That's what the sources have revealed to India Today.
All right, Shivani, appreciate you joining us. We're going to come back to you for more updates on that story. Meanwhile, let's quickly shift focus to the latest coming in from West Bengal, where, there are two versions to that story where the Abhaya rape and murder case is concerned, because one version states that the parents never said that they were offered a bribe by the Kolkata police, and that video has been released by the TMC. However, the same parents were seen in the latest video clip suggesting that they were offered a bribe. So two very different points of views coming in on the same story.
Outrage over RG Car Hospital rape and murder mounts as new allegations come to light. Participating in the protests seeking justice for Abhya, the parents accused a senior police officer of trying to bribe them after the incident came to light. The TMC denied the charge.
যদি তাদেরকে টাকা পয়সা দেয়া হয়েছিল ইত্যাদি পুলিশ দিয়েছিল ধামা চাপা দেওয়ার জন্য এরকম একটা ভিডিও যাচ্ছে তার পাশে পাশে আবার আরেকটা ভিডিও এসেছে যেখানে বাবা মারাও এইরকম একটা অভিযোগটাকে অসত্য বললেন এবং তারা বললেন এটা মিথ্যা আমরা কিন্তু আমাদের মেয়ের জন্য একেবারে তাড়াতাড়ি যে মেয়ে আমাদের মধ্যে নেই তার জন্য বিচার চাই
TMC even posted an old video of parents where they call bribe charges a lie.
একটা প্রচার হচ্ছে বিভিন্ন জায়গাতে পুলিশ প্রশাসন থেকে নাকি আপনাদের কোনো আর্থিক টাকা নিয়ে এসে দিয়ে
কে বললো এই কথা
ধামা চাপা
কিভাবে বললো এটা
এইটাই তো হচ্ছে টিভিতে
কিভাবে বললো আপনারা আমাদের এই সম্বন্ধে কথা বলার কোনো দরকারই প্রয়োজন কি আছে কারণ কোনো ঘটনাই ঘটেনি
ছি ছি ছি
আমরা কাউকে কিছুই বলিনি
তাহলে এটা পুরো সম্পূর্ণ একদম মিথ্যা গল্প
মিথ্যা গল্প বানিয়ে একটা শুরু করি
India Today has accessed a letter revealing that the hospital's principal ordered renovations near the site of the crime, fueling suspicions on a calculated cover-up. On Wednesday, anger boiled over as hundreds took to the streets, switching off their lights in a symbolic protest. West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose joined the protest by switching off Raj Bhavan's lights and lighting a candle in solidarity. In Cooch Behar, violence erupted during the Reclaim the Night protest. Clashes broke out when a protester was allegedly assaulted by Trinamool Congress workers, triggering a police crackdown. Thirteen protesters, including women, have been arrested. Police have been deployed across Cooch Behar to maintain peace. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, news just coming in from Himachal Pradesh, Shimla. Protests that had erupted on the alleged illegal mosque. Now, the Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh has reacted on the flashpoint, suggesting that the protests are triggered by the Bharatiya Janata Party, the BJP politicizing the mosque issue. That is what Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu says. Protests are in control, law and order intact. This is an attempt to politicize by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Listen in.
प्रदेश में कानून व्यवस्था की स्थिति ठीक है किसी को भी कानून अपने हाथ में लेने की इजाजत नहीं है कोई विरोध प्रदर्शन करता है शांतिपूर्वक विरोध प्रदर्शन करता है और कानून के दायरे में विरोध प्रदर्शन करता है ऐसा अधिकार देश लोकतंत्र में होता है ने सरकार के मंत्री ने अब द्वारा बयान दिया है अब वो जो सरकार के अगर आप मुझसे पूछ रहे हो तो प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री होने के नाते मुझे सभी समुदाय के लोगों का सम्मान करना है और जहां गलत है वहां गलत होगा जहां सही है वहां सही होगा लेकिन कानून व्यवस्था हम बिल्कुल भी बिगड़ने नहीं देंगे
All right, so that's the Chief Minister blaming the Bharatiya Janata Party for causing unrest in the state of Himachal Pradesh. All of that, viewers, happened in the light of protest over an alleged masjid, or a mosque rather, which was illegal, allegedly illegal. Lots of politics also at play on that. With that, let's quickly move on and we're going to get you a behind-the-scenes story, especially when it's a newsroom. And it's our very own newsroom, the India Today newsroom. Catch the dynamics, the energy, the work and excitement of the newsroom as we bring you the first edition of India Today's Newsroom Diaries. Ananya Pandey, who portrays the role of a journalist in her upcoming series, Call Me Bay, explores India Today and meets up with my colleague Akshita Nandgopal. Take a look.
Hello. Hello. It's so nice to have you. Thank you. Welcome to the India Today Media Flex.
It's lovely, and I'm talking to the youngest news anchor at India Today.
Wow. You've done your homework clearly.
I have.
But I think it's only fitting, no? You're one of the youngest in the industry, and you've done so much. We'll talk about that.
Yes.
But I think we're very, very excited to have you here because you're going to witness, what a newsroom is like. Maybe the chaos also.
Actually, I've been interviewed by the media like a gazillion times, but I've never been in an actual newsroom, so I'm really excited about that.
So we have to give you a full-fledged experience.
You have to. It looks like I'm at the most awarded newsroom. This is amazing.
We're very, very proud of our accomplishments, so we like to show it off, which is why it's right here. But I think this is going to give you a sense of what it's like to put out news. And I know that, of course, in Call Me Bay also you're in a newsroom, so I'd love to compare notes on what that's like.
I'm dying to compare notes.
Okay, but first, let's get in some coffee. We want to be good hosts.
Yes, let's have coffee.
Let's go. So I know you're really excited to be here.
I am.
But I want to talk a bit about you and your journey. We're very, very excited for Call Me Bay. And it's your 10th?
It is my 10th
How
project.
old are you in the industry?
I'm 25, but I started working 6 years ago, but my first film came out 5 years ago. So 5 years, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do two things in one go.
Okay.
Get ready for a breaking and show you the newsroom.
But how do you run for this breaking news in these high heels?
It's a skill.
It's a skill. It's a skill.
Let's go.
Is it always this crazy?
It is, right? But it's fun because of that. It brings so much energy into us. Like, I can come in today and be like, okay, today I think it'll be a slow day. And then like that, suddenly it's like breaking has come. My favorite bit of anchoring, I love doing crime stories because there's so many twists and turns. It's like watching something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's like a thriller for you also while you're investigating something.
Yeah, so I love anchoring them. I love watching them. But have you ever considered doing one of these? Like a thriller or a horror?
No, I'm an avid crime podcast listener, but I'm dying to do a horror film. Actually, my next film that I'm doing is a cyber thriller. So it's a little bit of a thriller. Yeah.
But even the others that you have done, I think like, you had a bit of like a...
It was a drama. Towards the
end,
it got a little
twist.
Yeah. But I definitely want to do a horror film where I'm scaring everyone. Because no one gets scared.
You're not scary.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine the fun in trying to be scary. It would be so much fun.
I don't know. I can't imagine it. But let's keep going.
Boo. No. Okay.
Nope.
So how long does it take you to get ready?
Ideally, I should be giving them 30 minutes, but that never happens. Say 5 minutes? Like now? 5 minutes?
5 minutes. That's my dream time to get ready.
These are the magicians. I do nothing. They're the magicians.
What are we doing?
Just a quick touch up. How long does it take you?
It depends. Personally, if Ananya has to get ready, then it's 15 minutes. But for characters like Bay, she's very fashionable. You know, every day is a look. Even if she's in her pajamas, it's literally a look. So she took time. She took like an hour and a half to get ready.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
But I love the looks too. I think there's one where it's got like a newspaper.
Yeah, because it's her first day. Because in Call Me Bay, which is coming on Amazon Prime on September 6th, in that she's playing a new journalist. She's an intern.
So she's looking the look.
So she was like, okay, it's my first day at the job in a newsroom, so obviously I have to wear newspaper print. That was her logical explanation.
Thank you. Let's go. Now, let me put to test your Call Me Bay styling skills.
Okay.
Let's go. Pick a jacket. My stylist has already done it, so I have to go with her. You're here for a day, Ananya. I need Riddhima to help me every single day.
Today I will make you wear.
Oh, it's a look. I love it. I love the electric blue color.
It's fun?
Yeah, it makes your like features pop. Let's go.
So before I run into the studio, I'm going to show you the production control room because I know you wanted to see it. So where all the action and the magic happens.
I can see.
Amazing, right? Okay, I have to run.
Okay.
See you. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you.